Good morning, children. Last class, we have seen classification based on properties of materials. So, classification of object based on properties of material, such as physical state, based on the physical state, based on appearance, then hardness, solubility, density, transparency. Yes. So in last class we have seen about physical state, appearance, and hardness. So physical state, based on the physical state, object can be classified into three states. They are solid state, liquid state, and gaseous state. So solid, they have definite shape, but liquid take the shape of the container. Gas take, they do not have definite volume. And appearance, there are two. Based on appearance, we can classify object into two forms. They are lustrous and non-lustrous. Lustrous means shining object, non-lustrous means they do not have shine. Next, hardness. So this class we will continue the classification of material. So based on hardness, materials can be classified into two. They are hard material and soft material. So based on hardness, materials can be classified into two. What are they? Hard material and soft materials. Okay. So what is mean by hard materials? Materials cannot be compressed. We cannot compress it like sponge. Okay. You know sponge, we can compress it, isn't it? But hard material, we cannot compress it. Okay, example for hard material are wood, glass, metal, and stone. Then soft material. Soft materials means which can be compressed and scratched, and we can cut easily these materials. Okay, so materials which can be compressed, scratched, or cut easily are called as soft materials. So examples of soft materials are cotton, melted wax, sponge, etc. Not only that, harder substance can scratch or cut a soft substance. Okay, so based on hardness, materials can be classified into two. What are they? Hard material and soft material. So hard material cannot be compressed, soft material can be compressed, and harder substance can scratch or cut a soft substance. Now, example for the tendency of a substance to dissolve in a liquid is called solubility. Okay, tendency means capability of a substance to dissolve in a liquid. So, not all the substance will be having the dissolving power. Okay, so the substance which can dissolve in a liquid is called soluble substance. Okay, so the tendency of a substance or the capability of a substance to dissolve in a liquid is called solubility. Okay, so based on solubility, we can classify the object into two. They are soluble substance and insoluble substance. So substance which dissolve or mix completely in water is called soluble substance. So what is meant by soluble substance? Substance which dissolve or mix completely in water is called soluble substance. Example for soluble substance are sugar, salt, oxygen gas, or soluble in water. Now insoluble substance. Substance do not dissolve or mix in water is called as insoluble substance. Okay, so these are the substance which cannot dissolve or mix in water. It's called insoluble substance. Example for insoluble substance are chalk powder, sand. So some liquids are soluble in water, some are insoluble in water. So based on the solubility of liquids, liquids can be classified into two. They are miscible liquid and immiscible liquids. Okay, so based on the solubility, liquids can be classified into two. What are they? Miscible liquids and immiscible liquids. Okay, so miscible liquids. Miscible liquids means, example for miscible liquid is vinegar, lime juice, because these are the liquids which can be mixed with water completely. Okay, so what is meant by miscible liquids? Miscible liquids are the liquids which can be mixed with water completely. Okay, then so some liquids like petrol, edible oil, if you are added with water, it cannot be mixed with water. So such liquids are called as immiscible liquids. Okay, so based on solubility, liquids can be classified into two. What are they? Miscible liquid and immiscible liquid. So miscible liquids can be mixed with water completely, but immiscible liquids do not get mixed with water. Understood, children? Now immiscible liquid, it will form a separate layer when they are mixed with the water. So as the immiscible liquid do not mix with the water, they will form a separate layer if it is kept undisturbed for some time. Understood, children? Now what about gases? Okay, solubility of gases in water, how it will be. So gases such as oxygen, carbon dioxide can soluble in water. Oxygen dissolved in water helps aquatic animals in breathing. Okay, so dissolved oxygen can be used by the aquatic animals for their breathing. Okay, and carbon dioxide, which is dissolved in water, can be used by plants living in water for photosynthesis. Okay, so dissolved carbon dioxide can be used by plants living in water for photosynthesis. Now, gases such as nitrogen and methane do not dissolve in water. Okay, so what are the two gases which do not dissolve in water? Nitrogen and methane. Understood, children? So this is about the solubility of gases with water. Okay, so gases such as oxygen, carbon dioxide can soluble in water, and the oxygen dissolved in water helps aquatic animals in breathing. Carbon dioxide dissolved in water can be used by aquatic plants for photosynthesis, and gases such as nitrogen and methane do not dissolve in water. Now, density. So based on density, so material float or sink in water depending on the density of it. Okay, so how dense it is, depend on how dense it is, the material can float or sink in water. Density means based on the volume or the solidity of the object, they can float or sink in water. So if a material is denser than water, so if the volume of the material is higher than water, it will sink in it. So if a material is denser than water, it will sink in it. Example is stone or coin can sink in water because this stone or coin is denser than water. So if you are putting stone or coin, it will sink in water. Now, if a material is less dense than water, it will float on the surface of water. So, material which is less denser than water can float on the surface of water. Example for the material which is less dense than water or oil and leaf. If you are mixing oil or if you are putting leaf, it will float on water because both are having less density than water. So if the density of material is same as that of water, it will float just below the surface of water. Okay, so if the density of water is same as that of water, it will float just below the surface of water. So this is about density. So based on the density, materials can float or sink in water. Now transparency. So based on the transparency, object can be classified into three types. They are transparent materials, translucent material, then opaque materials. Okay, so based on transparency, object can be classified into three types. What are they? Transparent materials, translucent materials, opaque materials. So three types: transparency, translucent and opaque materials. So first one is transparent material. So what is the property of transparent material? It will allow the light to pass through them totally. Example for transparent material: glass, water, acrylic sheet. So these material will allow light to pass through them totally. Now next one is translucent materials. Translucent materials will allow light to pass through them only partially. So they will partially allow the light to pass through. So they are called as translucent material. Example for translucent material are thin muslin cloth, butter paper, frosted glass. Okay, so thin muslin cloth, butter paper, frosted glass are example for translucent materials. Now opaque materials. So opaque materials are the materials which do not allow light to pass through them at all. Example for opaque material are wood, paper, cardboard, metal plate. Okay, so examples of opaque materials are wood, paper, cardboard, metal plate, etc. Okay, so these are about the classification of object based on their property. So based on their property, object can be classified into different type based on appearance, hardness, then solubility, transparency, okay, density. So I hope that you all understand about the classification of object. If you have any doubt, you can ask children. Thank you.